We get a lot of agents that they're new, they're struggling. Some people right now watching this think about quitting. Like they're legit thinking about tapping out.
That would be the worst thing you can do.
Yes.
Right now, we are in the most present time in America to make the most amount of money right now.
Yeah, you're right.
With the way the world is, with everything that's happening with COVID and
Yes.
wars going on and people retiring, this is the best time
Yes.
to be an insurance agent, to create a legacy building company,
Yes.
right? Based on what's going to happen over the next couple of years. So what I would say is, don't let fear, because I think that's what most people are. Don't let fear hold you back.
Yeah, you're right.
Plug into a company, find a mentor, and just go for no, baby.
Boom. That's it. That's good. There's more millionaires in insurance than anything else in the world.
In the world.
We're back today with the king of life insurance sales, the real Ron Williams. Dude, how are you, man?
I'm blessed, man. Thanks for having me.
Dude, thank you, buddy. Okay, appreciate you being here. Appreciate you spending some time with us today. How's today been for you?
Oh, it's been amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, amazing. I didn't know what to expect, but I came with an open mind.
Yes.
And, I've just been in the moment, observing and paying attention and
Yes.
listening. So it's been
What's some of the
good.
things you've noticed that can be some key takeaways for others that are going to jump on and listen to this?
That you got a very tight system,
Yes.
and a good culture, obviously.
Thank you.
People are very tuned in, and that's really what you need in today's world is to have the right people around you.
Yes.
And you think outside the box like me, so I love
That's
it.
right. That's right. Yeah, we do have some similarities for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
We have a lot in common. I've enjoyed getting to actually get to know you on a deeper level today, which has been a blast. Ron's been in the business 5 years, does an unbelievable job, helps a bunch of agents, is from Frisco, Texas, is good buddies with Nate Offert,
Yes.
the Nate Offert. What got you into insurance, man?
I was looking for a residual income.
Okay.
I think that was what attracted me to the industry. I didn't like insurance at first, or I heard bad things about it, But I like the fact that you can do something once and get paid over and over.
Yes.
So I was like, yeah, this sounds like something that could be up my alley. I was already in the financial sector anyway.
Yeah.
So, but this is just another element. I was kind of limited actually with what I was doing. So then when now you got this whole insurance ball game, it's like you can offer more to your clients.
Yeah. It's a different game too, isn't it?
It is different.
Yeah.
It's a lot of moving parts.
For sure, man. It's I think it's the greatest career on the planet though.
Yeah.
It's wild. You help a lot of agents getting into the business that are new, or that have been in it, but they haven't been in it successfully. We get a lot of those on the channel, by the way.
Right.
And you didn't start out, did you start out just totally crushing it? Just like top of the food chain right off the bat, or did it take a little bit of time?
It was kind of a little bit of both because Nate put a lot of pressure on me. So he made me.
He does that, doesn't he?
Yeah, because you only got one chance to create your story. You know?
Yeah.
And so
That's good.
So he said, hey, we need you to go ahead and hit it hard. But at the same time, the reason why I was getting into this is because I wanted to do personal development. So for me, it's more of a mindset.
Yes.
And confidence. And I didn't have confidence coming in.
Yes.
I had confidence in my other business, but not in insurance. So it was challenging for me, the peaks and valleys that most agents go through.
Yep.
Can I do it? Can I not do it? Ego, fear, all these things that you go through, but you don't really want to humble yourself and admit what you're actually going through at the time.
Yep.
But for the most part, the first couple years I was the number one producer in Nate's team.
Boom.
But to me, I was expected to do that compared to what my success before.
I love that. I can relate to that so much with my dad. Like he expected me to be the guy, I think a lot of people need that in their life, by the way. They need somebody that challenges you, that reaches, that really speaks into you and expects you to do well.
Yep.
What do you think are some of those things that you did early on to get off to a pretty good start and to be number one?
Sacrifice.
Yeah.
You got to give up something to get something.
What'd you give up?
Sports on Sundays, family time, which
So-
almost cost me my family.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. I mean,
Do you regret that part?
Yes.
Okay. But not the sports part.
Well, because I should have sat down with my family and told them my expectations. I had it, this is my way or the highway type thing. I'm gonna do this no matter what, but not really, that wasn't fair to my family. So, so that was tough, but you have to give up something to get something.
Yes.
So,
because mortgage protection, you're running evenings and weekends?
Yep.
Yeah. So you had to work.
Had to.
They're home. They're not working.
Right.
Because you're typically what? People up to 65-ish,
Yep.
That are working, that have a mortgage, recently bought a home, recently refinanced, and they want to cover that mortgage with life insurance.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how are you getting in front of people? Was it a lot of like new direct mail leads?
Yep.
People that were responding?
That's the only way.
Yeah. Is that still the current way?
Yeah.
And it works.
It works.
It works real well.
They fill out a form.
Yeah.
So
rocket science.
Yeah.
Difficult. Please help me.
Exactly.
Please run. Some people still can't sell them though.
No.
Why were you able to?
Overcome any objections on the front end.
Okay.
Developing rapport, connecting with clients.
Was that being in just sales and business before?
Yeah.
You just knew, okay, they don't mean this crap.
Right. Well, you gotta learn how to identify with people, and I don't care what nationality or what person it is. You have to get good at knowing who your client is.
Yes.
And knowing how to connect with them, that they feel comfortable, that they know that if something happens, that they're in good hands.
Yes.
So that was one thing that I took pride in. I didn't care where you was from or what college you went to, what degree you had, or I was going to find a way to find that common ground.
What was some of the things? Do you have some go-tos that you can share that you do to really find common ground pretty quick with potential prospects?
Listen.
Yeah.
I think people.
Why is that so hard?
People talk too much.
Yeah. The gift of gab is actually a curse.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Yes. People talk too much.
Yeah.
They want to. Hey, I just got my license. I want you to know how smart I am. Right. And just talk. And really not asking the right questions to listen to what the client is telling you to then solve their need.
Yes.
So
can you break that habit if you find a new rep that just won't shut up?
If they're coachable.
Yeah.
If they're teachable.
Are you honest with them? Like, hey, I love you.
Yes.
You talk too much.
Yeah. Oh,
You're
absolutely.
hurting yourself.
Yes. Yeah, I have no problem.
So if you need an honest coach and somebody to help you, apparently this is your dude, man. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you got to be coachable. Like, so you guys are watching. If you think you know it all, and you can't learn from anybody else, and you aren't willing to put in the work, this ain't your dude. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not either, by the way. Right?
Well, because it's ego, right? If you have ego, you're edging God out. Okay.
Ah.
And you're coming in.
I've never heard that. Say that again. Dylan, had you ever heard that?
Edging God out.
Ego, edging God out.
Yeah.
I've never heard that. That's good.
Yeah. So you're edging God
Boom.
out as far as understanding that this is a new concept, a new process.
Yep.
That you're learning, and to relate to people in this industry is a certain tools that you have to learn, certain skills.
Yes.
And you got to be coachable. You got to have thick skin.
Yes.
I come from the school of hard knocks, so
let's talk about that. Where was that school at?
That's the streets of Pasadena, California. I didn't graduate with a degree or
a summa cum laude.
Yeah, I didn't do all that. It was the streets of hard knocks and
a
lot of hanging with the wrong crowd and things like that, and getting into a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
But over the time, I've learned and progressed and found people to help me. Mentors who didn't know they were mentors at the time.
Yes.
That molded me to who I am today. So.
And what were some of the things they taught you that you, because you listen, as you said earlier, but you listen really well. Like there's no ego with you. You're one of the most humble guys for earning, the money you make and how well you do. You are possibly the most humble guy we've ever had in the office, by the way.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. It's a super compliment. It really is.
Yeah. Well, it came from a lot of making a lot of mistakes. I wasn't always like this.
Yeah.
You know, I had an ego at a point, and I realized that in order to get to where I need to get to, where I was looking at people that are successful like yourself, you know, you got to carry yourself a certain way and be grateful for what people, you know, like I felt entitled a lot back in the day.
Wow.
Right. And now I don't feel entitlement anymore. So I feel I need to be giving rather than trying to receive.
Got it.
Right. And that's kind of what's been humbling me over the last 5 years, actually. You know, I was at a point where I was doing very well, and then life happens. Right. And it just continues. You know, I've continued to go through that over time. So now I just look at things a lot differently, you know, but I'm blessed to be in the position that I'm in and be able to help, you know, learn from people like yourself. Thanks, like somebody of my stature or my age wouldn't be comfortable taking advice from a younger person, right? Because it's like, I know more than you, right?
But in the grand scheme of things, you really do too.
Okay, but now it's like, no, I should be open because things are changing very rapidly, right? The world's changing. It's not the way it was back in the 80s and 90s. Things are different. So I need to learn the new way of things are going. So I'm always learning, what can I do? And then just appreciate the people that you surround yourself with. So.
That's good. That's good. What's some of the more popular questions that you get asked from new agents or struggling agents out there that are considering joining your team, or they're on your team, or they're new to the business? I mean, what's some of the top things that they're wondering that you can help alleviate and share?
Can I do this?
Yeah. That's good.
What has worked for me? Right. How fast, how soon, you know, is this everything that you say it is? Right.
And is it?
Absolutely.
It is.
Hands down.
Yeah. And more, actually.
I think the issue though is people overpromise and underdeliver.
Yes.
Not setting the right expectations on the front end, that it is going to be tough.
Yes.
You are going to get beat up.
Yes.
You are going to go through a lot of failure.
Yes.
But that's how you learn. And then understanding that no is going to be there. You're going to get people that's going to tell you no.
Yeah.
But you just got to push through it.
Yes.
And then this is long term. This is not the instant quick fix. You know, you're going to go from zero to hero tomorrow. You know,
right.
It takes time. So,
yeah, it does. It's not an overnight success.
It's not overnight success.
Why do millennials want that?
I guess because they're looking at us older folks and realizing that time is not promised tomorrow. So they want it now. They want the Ferraris and the Lambos and the big house and the jets and everything. And I mean, I don't really have a problem with that. I mean, if you can get it now, you can. Look at what's happening on TikTok. There's young kids that's jumping on TikTok and making it happen. So
crazy.
So I get it, but with this is passive legacy.
Yes.
Leaving income that you're leaving to your family.
Yes.
And really, it's understanding that it's not about the money, because you can get the money and then lose it tomorrow.
Yep.
If you don't understand how money works, right? With this, at least you're growing yourself to the position that you know you now know how to leave a legacy, how to be very prosperous, and then and really just be grateful for what you do have. You know, whatever that is. You know.
Yes.
So.
Yes. What's your ultimate goal with all this?
Man, my ultimate goal is really to help people understand financial literacy, help them realize the world that we're in is changing very fast, and educate them so that they can make the necessary changes in all aspects of health, mental awareness, financial, and then and spiritual.
Gosh.
You know.
Yes.
So I'm gonna use my wisdom, my expertise, to get that message out there to people.
That's good.
Yeah.
And when you first take us back to maybe a story or a moment when you were growing up at this school of hard knocks in Pasadena, California. What's an example of something that really taught you a lesson as a kid, or that you learned from? Maybe one of those stories of origin that you can go back to, that somebody that others can relate to.
Whew. You had me go deep here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can say it was the environment that I was in. My upbringing, with the way my family was at the time was middle class.
Okay.
And it was dysfunctional. I was in a dysfunctional family.
Okay.
Parents got divorced right around high school. I guess I was looking for attention, so that's why I did all the stuff that I was doing in the streets to, make mistakes. And luckily, though, I've had parents that was like, look, I don't want you to make the same mistakes I made. So they was very strict on me and kind of put me in a position where if I don't get my act together, then I'm going to end up in jail or dead or something like that. So it was, wow, what story could I share with you? Which one?
Yeah. When you say you were in the streets, what were you doing?
I did everything, man. I mean, hanging with the wrong crowd, wrong people, doing labeled as I wouldn't say necessarily a gang member, but you could associate yourself with that.
Yep.
Getting into let's just say white collar crimes.
Okay.
Right. Where it could have been really bad for me if I would have continued to go down that road. I wanted to make money, just like everybody else. So I didn't sell drugs. Right. But I wanted to.
Would that have been the easy thing to do?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what most were doing at that point?
Absolutely. Yeah, my cousin was into that and got murdered. And that was life changing for me at the age of 21. So I'm in high school, and he got murdered, and it was life changing for me. Because I was really close to him, and then I never got what's it called, counseling or anything like that to kind of address that issue at that time. So it's kind of like you just, all right, what happened, and you kind of try to move on, but that was a defining moment in my life.
Dang.
So it's hard.
Yeah, that is hard. What did you take away and learn from that?
Life's too short, and greed can get you in a position where you can make bad decisions. Trust no one. Unfortunately,
that's hard though, isn't it?
Yeah,
especially just getting into the business world and all that, and
it's a dog world out there.
Yeah,
people are not in the best. Sometimes everybody's not in the best interest for yourself. So
no, they don't have the best intentions for sure.
But that doesn't have to define you though.
Right.
That's the thing. Like, even though I was in that environment, that doesn't define where I'm going.
Correct.
You look at it as a stepping stone. And there's a lot of people in that environment, that just based on how they grew up, a certain way of living, and then, okay, what are you going to do to change it?
Yes.
Right. What are you going to do that's going to be different? Okay, yeah, it happened, right? Okay, right. But that doesn't mean that has to be the end all for you. So.
Yes. How'd you end up where you're at now with some of the things you mentioned, right? Where you grew up, how you grew up early, being a young adult, etc., to today. Like, you are someone that probably blamed others.
Yep.
Previously.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't now.
Yeah.
Like.
No, I was playing a blame game for sure.
You accept responsibility entirely now.
Yeah, I do now.
You maybe weren't as positive previously as you are today.
Right.
Maybe didn't work as hard previously as you have in the.
I did work as hard. I was always a grinder.
Okay.
I think that's where I got my entrepreneurship with.
That's awesome.
I was a grinder from day one. I did everything under the sun. driving limos to selling oranges on the street corner.
Would
Not just
you-
playing.
Really?
No,
Oh, you didn't
but
do that?
I could do that.
You would have. You probably still could. Believe it or
Absolutely,
not.
I could put a team together.
That's right. What's one thing that you enjoyed doing that was like unorthodox? It wasn't like, so it's not like selling insurance at all, but I actually enjoyed it.
Oh man, what did I was a limo driver.
Okay.
That was pretty cool. Bartender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be a good bartender.
Yeah.
Dylan, he'll be a good bartender.
Yeah.
I can
I'll,
see
yeah, I'll
it.
make some drink. I'll be Tom Cruise all
He's
day
gonna
long.
he's gonna bartend for our Christmas party or for next year's 8% VIP party.
Yeah, I'll bartend.
He's probably
yeah.
too expensive though now.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, bartending was cool because I wanted to own a sports bar. That was my passion. That was always my goal and dream. 'Cause
Own
I
a
love
sports team?
Yeah. No, sports bar.
Sports bar.
Yeah, I wanted to open up a sports bar.
Did you?
No,
Do you
but
still want to?
I don't know now because COVID changed a lot of.
Yeah, it changed business a lot.
That's a big change.
But
And
David said he didn't want to own businesses that he can't run virtually. He said because there's another shutdown coming.
yeah, I'm grateful now because what if I would have invested all that time, all that energy, all that money, and then this happened, right?
Yep.
And then now I could have been out of business. Then it's like, well, what do you do now, right? Well,
At least
now
you'd
you
be
got,
fortunate to live in Texas, I guess, if that was the case.
yeah.
I don't know. Dang. Compared to where you grew up and how they handled
California.
COVID, right?
Yeah, different ball game.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned a second ago you could put a team together. You're putting teams together now,
Yeah.
right? And you do a really good job of pouring in and developing team members. When you have people that are good, you even give them recruits. Like you help them build their own team.
Yeah,
Why do you do all that?
because I want them to succeed. Jim Rome made a comment that if you help people get what they want, you'll get what you want. So I kind of
That's
want
right.
to always keep that in my mind to help other people get to the level of success that they want.
Yes.
Because then you know that they're not going anywhere, first of all.
Yes.
And it's really more fulfilling. It's not about me. I'd rather see other people on stage, Bonnie Popovich and Shyla Russell and Lori Stye and Christina Lopez, the people that I know have a lot of
You got
potential.
some killers, man.
I do.
You got some impressive people. I know all those names.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do.
Lori Stye, Bonnie. I met Bonnie Popovich. Shyla Russell. She's the one in Arkansas.
No, she's with Bonnie. They formed the corporation together.
And then you mentioned somebody else. too.
Christina Lopez.
Christina Lopez. Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, all women. I'm
All women killers.
Form a whole women coalition.
That's right. If you want, hey, you're a woman killer. I bet if you were still a dude killer, he could
Well, I
still.
personally think women would dominate this industry.
I do too. Did you know that 51? This was years ago. I don't know what's. I think the statistic's higher now. 61% of all licensed agents are women.
Really?
A few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's higher now.
Yeah, I think.
But
'cause-
they're not as. I'm searching. The reason I say this is I'm looking for extremely impressive, powerful women
Yeah.
that want to be the face,
Yes.
that want to lead,
Right.
that want to speak into the industry.
Right.
I'm looking for those type of
Yeah. Me too.
women.
Yeah.
I know they're out there.
Yeah.
I know they're out there. A lot of them some of them lack some confidence.
Right.
They haven't had the right support staff and
Right.
system, the right people speaking enough good stuff in their life.
Yeah.
Or they're taking a back seat to their
Right.
husband or whatever,
Right.
right? Like, but yeah, there's so many. I mean, there's massive companies that only work with women,
Yeah.
and
Well, because I mean, if you look at sales, and this is emotional sale, obviously, but women can get away with a lot more than men can, from both standpoints. When you're talking to a man or talking to a woman,
yes,
but once the woman understands her role and what she's capable of,
yes,
sky's the limit.
yeah, you're right.
So
It's crazy.
I think they can attract other people that want to come work with them.
Yes,
Rather-
they'll attract more women for sure.
Than for us, So.
Yes. Nate said you taught him everything he knows. You confirmed it on text, actually. That's good. What was the big? So if you had to pick something you learned from Nate, like one big takeaway that Nate really drove home and that you really give Nate some credit for, what would it be?
Lead by example.
Yeah, expand on that.
Well, Nate's a beast.
Yeah.
The reason why I got into this industry because of Nate, and I knew that when I was unsure of myself, Nate would say, here, let me show you how to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what you want out of a leader.
That's awesome.
And so,
So what you do today now?
that's what I do today. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here, let me show you how this works. You know, let me hold your hand, you know, follow my lead. And then, you know, now you have to, like he had to.
Yeah.
I moved my family to Texas.
Yeah.
Right. So
You literally moved in his backyard.
Yes.
Because of this.
Yes.
That's strong. Did you ride along with him?
Yes.
How much? How often?
Oh man, he was.
How cool is that?
It was fun actually, and it was funny because at the time, because I didn't know this industry, I thought you had to be a certain way, and
what'd you think?
I thought you had to present yourself a certain way.
Yeah.
But Nate was himself, so when we went into the home, Nate was the same person how he is, how he talks to you and I, and I was like, oh, so you don't have to be different.
Yes.
Right. I thought you had to carry yourself a certain way because you're in a home. I did everything over the phone.
What, like you got to be a white male 59 and wear a tie?
Pretty much.
And be just boring as freak, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's what people think.
Or very methodical, how you talk, or, right? You know, and I thought it was just a certain, I didn't know you could like literally, you had to cuss, you cuss, or, you know, you could eat, or, you know.
Nate taught me that one. If you could, you know, if you want to curse, you can curse.
Yeah.
You know, he taught me that.
Yeah, you just be yourself.
I don't know if I'm using it, but that.
Well, I don't
kidding,
curse, but
no, I'm not.
But I've been in homes where they just, you know, they're from New York or the East Coast, and
totally. And
you just like, well, in order for you to match and mirror that person, you know, you kind of, if they're gonna buy from you, better be exactly like them. So
yes, that's funny.
So, but no, Nate was he was the one that you know set the tone, you know, and created a story, and very if you say you're gonna do something, do it, right? And that's what one thing about Nate, like, you know, if you say you're gonna be here at this time, he expects you to be here at this time.
Yep.
So, and he instills that to everybody, all of our agents.
That's huge. Some of the smaller life examples can have the biggest impact.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff you're mentioning, like lead by example, do what you say you're going to do.
Right.
It's like stuff we should be doing, but a lot of times we're not.
Right.
You know?
Well, because in this industry, you know, you have to hold yourself accountable, which most people don't want to do.
It's true.
And then they don't want to admit it. So that's when they go on the witness protection program, right? Or you can't get them back on the phone, right?
Witness protection program.
Or they make up all these excuses, you know, of what they said that they wanted to do, including myself. I've done it,
sure.
You know, but at the same time is I got 2 kids. I got a wife that depends on me.
Yep.
Right. So, you know, you're a business owner. So run a business, treat it like a business.
Yes.
You know, and then, you know.
Did you realize that at first?
No.
That you were running your own business? Sort of, kind
of.
But not really. Not to this level.
Not to this level, no.
Yeah, because now, dude, you can hire assistants and recruiters, and you could have a whole staff. You could have an office. You could have a building. You can do whatever you want, really.
Right.
You could have a brand. You know,
which
you
is exciting. You
can have a YouTube channel. Yeah. You can have a podcast. You can have a Dylan.
That's right.
You know?
And I'm looking for a Dylan.
I think we've dropped his name like 4 times this episode, dude. That's got to be a record.
Yeah.
Or something. Right? All right. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to be the next top search on Google Trends is, what is Dylan's last name? Right? 5. What's the most, like how much insurance did you sell your first couple of years? Like, walk through those numbers, because you focus solely on a lot on personal production.
Yeah,
obviously on recruiting too, but
I was averaging about 250,000 a year APV, without any experience.
You're gonna beat our last interview. He was 200,000. You're at 250. You know, I mean.
Yeah. And again, I've had life things happen for me that I probably could have did more.
What's your biggest year?
That's a good question. I think it was my second year.
Okay. What about biggest day, week, or month? Like just a number that was like, this was impressive. I know it's, you know, not comfortable for you to brag about yourself. But
I don't want to brag.
You get permission. For 8 seconds, till you fall off the bull, you get permission to brag about yourself.
I think I did. Well, for you talking about in a day or in a month?
Either way, something that was just like, dang, dude, I was all over it.
35,000 in a month APV.
Boom. And what month was that? Or what year was that month in?
That was in my first year in the business.
Wow.
Yeah.
How to do $35,000 in life insurance and what month was it? Like 6th month or 3rd month or 7th month? Or
I think it was like my 6th month.
6th month.
Yeah.
That's good. Who else would like to be like Ron Williams and put up $35K in premium their 6th month in the biz? Some people aren't to the 6th month yet. You guys somebody else still got a chance.
But cats are doing that now. Like it's like when you set the bar like that, they're doing that like it's nothing.
At that time, it seemed like a big deal to you and others.
Right.
But it happens more prevalently now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Why is that, man? I've noticed that. It's
you-
just that, like the guy that runs the 4-minute mile and everybody freaking runs it, or what?
Well, you have more products to sell now.
That's true.
So when you do a $500,000 annuity, right?
Yes.
That's half the numbers there.
Yes.
You do a lot of IULs, which is huge in APV, and then obviously your mortgage section, your final expense.
Yep.
And then plus level of competition. When you see other people doing it, and you're like, okay, you want to be number one.
Yes.
So you're gonna go out here and put the numbers up and so forth. But
what are you looking for when you're recruiting now?
I'm looking for somebody that's business minded like myself, that wants to not just make 6 figures, but I'm looking for 7-figure, 8-figure earner that wants to do something big.
Big.
And I only need a handful.
That's right.
Because
people that want to also build their team.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to build. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for necessarily big producers. I'm looking for builders, because that's the key to this. Is you want to build. You want to build. You want to build. You want to find people.
Yeah.
Because it multiplies from there.
What do you think about this? This isn't going to be popular, but it's my channel, so I don't care. I was sitting by a guy from one of the top guys with PHP on a charter bus not too long ago, and he said, "Hey," he said, if you want to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, sell.
Right.
He said, you want to make millions, build.
Yeah.
I was like, dang.
Yeah.
He's got a point.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people do we know that are making 7 figures that don't have a team at all?
Right.
I can't really think of anybody.
Right.
So that got my attention. Yeah. It just backs up everything you're saying too.
Yeah. Well, people wait. They wait. We play this waiting game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait and see how you do, or
yes,
I'm gonna wait till I stick my foot in the water. Dip your toe in the water. See how this works. Rather than just no, go build right now. Because you may meet a Cody that's looking for an opportunity, and
what do you think the likelihood of that is?
It could happen.
Dude, it can.
It could happen.
It can.
You never know. I mean, people respond to Craigslist ads and
crazy. Crazy.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. All right, leave us with some motivation, some wisdom, something you want to drop on us as we leave. We get a lot of agents that they're new, they're struggling. Some people are right now watching this thinking about quitting. Like they're legit thinking about tapping out. And Ron Williams.
That would be the worst thing you can do.
Yes.
Right now, we are in the most present time in America to make the most amount of money right now.
Yeah, you're right.
With the way the world is, with everything that's happening with COVID and
yes,
wars going on and people retiring, this is the best time
yes,
to be an insurance agent, to create a legacy building company.
Yes.
Right. Based on what's going to happen over the next couple of years. So what I would say is, don't let fear, because I think that's what most people are, don't let fear hold you back.
Yeah, you're right.
Plug into a company, find a mentor, and just go for no, baby.
Boom. That's it. That's good. There's more millionaires in insurance than anything else in the world. And 40, I think it's like, and don't quote me exact. You guys can look it up and help me out in the comments if I'm wrong. Okay. I'm trying, but we'll see. I think it's like 40% of all the money in circulation was printed since COVID. Ever.
Right.
Did you see that, Dylan? Did you hear that stat?
Yeah, I think Patrick or David said that.
I think Patrick
So
David may have said that at 8%.
yeah, that's what I heard. That's crazy. Yeah.
So it is the best time. Like
best
there's no better
time.
time to become a millionaire and build a freaking business.
Yep.
And you may just want to do it with Ron Wade. Hey, if you enjoyed this, I got another one you're gonna love. It's right there. Click on it. See you in there. Okay, I'm gonna jump into the content. I've got a 6-page ebook. If you would like a free copy of the ebook, go to CodyAskins.com/ebook. Okay, write that down, go on your phone. You can even grab it now and follow along. Again, CodyAskins.com, my first name, last name.com /